Good morning and welcome. It's Thursday, the 14th of July. I'm Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. All right, coming up today, hopefully a fairly swifty one. We've got the review of yesterday. We've got today's bet, which is a £10 bet. So for those of you who read the review last night in the comments, it is the same bet I put up there. There hasn't been anything significant changed in that bet. A couple of price changes. So it's the full bet that I put out last night, although this morning when I put it on there is a couple of price changes. So that is the bet, and then we'll have a word on the golf, which has really only just got started. Okay, yesterday, how did we do? We were close, but we weren't quite there. So I got it as 10 on, 12, 12 back, so £2 profit, which remarkably for the first 3 days of this month, so this week, I think puts us minus £12, which isn't very good, but actually is the best start we've had in about 5 weeks. So I'm not going to complain on minus 12. Clearly, I want to be in some profit. But yeah, the last few weeks have started much more terribly than that. At least we've had 2 days of profit this week, and one day where we lost bad on Tuesday. So what did we have? This one, so darkest hour, really frustrating. It got stuck at the back. It stayed on. It came sixth. Fifth would have been good enough for Sky Bet. That would have really boosted up the profit margin off yesterday. Porky Rush up with the pace. Midway through the race, unseated the jockey. So frustrating there. And then well suited, it couldn't quite get over the draw. It got stuck at the back. It stayed on a little bit, but not really. Never really looked like it was going to get close. So then what unfortunately meant was we got Grey Solutions in that bet that won at 15-2. So we had a winner with nothing else in bet one. And then on bet two, Darkest Hour we talked about. Wild Caprice was a non-runner. Transition then placed, ran a nice race, didn't quite get there. I mean, literally got beaten by, I think, the only horse this week at Kilarney that's gone from the front and stayed there. So every other front runner's got done in the end, but not Geological yesterday. So yeah, that was third. And then Intend managed to snag fifth, which was good enough for Sky. So if you were Sky, it was a double place with a non-runner. If it wasn't Sky, it was a single place with a non-runner. And then in the cross doubles, we had Transition third and well suited down the field. And then we had Grey Solutions 1 and Intend was placed. So it was a placed, 2 times placed double there. So it was a profitable bet. But again, it was only with Sky. If you didn't have Sky, then it was only 1 place double. So yeah, frustrating when you get days like that. It hasn't made a massive difference. And you know, the thing with it is as I always say, whether you're using Sky or any other bookmaker, on a jackpot day, it shouldn't matter. But we haven't had a decent nice day for a while, albeit Saturday. Most of you, I think, were on the decent payout, even though it isn't recorded statistically. Okay, today's bet. So this is what I've got. So I put this on the review last night because it was all ready to go. It was a quiet day today, and I've just done it as a lucky 31. Definitely better with Sky Bet today. They are paying extra places on 4 out of 5 of those races. There are a couple of bookies who are paying it the same on one of them, but I would say definitely overall it's Sky. So first leg, Crystal Guard, that's come in. So it was 10s last night. There has been a non-runner. My working out on a rule 4 means that it would have been about 8-1. So it has been nibbled a little bit, Crystal Guard, 13-2. Hoping that stays as 5 runners now. Because there was a horse yesterday that I didn't put in, that I was worried about it going down to 7 runners from 8, and I should have put it in. Anyway, I'm doing it today. I'm keeping it in, and I'll take it if it drops down. Then we're going 6 o'clock, Kilarney. I've backed this all so many times. I mean, I think maybe a couple of times on the channel, but a lot of times personally. So my Mannequin Echo, it's been around a very long time. It's an old horse. So 4 places on Sky with that one. 3 most places, that's 10-1. Then the 2 big field handicaps at Killarney. I didn't like anything else, so these are my 2. So if anything is non-runner in any of these bets, then I would make the bet into a lucky 15. I haven't got any replacements for any of these selections. These are my 5 for the day. 6:30, we're going Rule of June, 8-1. It's a nice price, nice race structure. Then 7 o'clock Killarney, Lightning Star 14s. Tried it last time, didn't do so well. Going it again, 14s in that one. And then finishing off 4 on Sky, and I think Coral and Paddy are 4. but no one else is. Whereas these two races are 6 places and they're 5 most places else. So Alvaro 16-1 in the last leg. Again, as I would always say, I'll put this bet on with anyone. Probably would avoid Coral and Ladbrokes today because they are only 4 on these plate races. But most other bookies, including Hills, I know there's a lot of Hills customers, they are 5 on these today. So it's a 15p each way lucky 31 and a 35p each way double on those 2 races. And just, I guess it was going to worth a mention on the prices. They haven't changed much. So Alvaro was 18s last night. It's 16 now, so it's come in by 2 points. My Mannequin Echo was 9s last night and 10. So that's in by 2, that's out by 1. And that's in by 3.5 points Crystal Guard. Just, it doesn't look like a lot, but some of these adjustments, it's every single point counts in this game, and that's why it's hard sometimes doing the channel when I'm putting a bet out at certain prices. Because even 1 and 2 digit points makes a difference. So if all of these placed today, if we got 5 places and no winners, the bet's worth about £200. Last night it was worth about 250 quid. So it's reduced down by 20% in value for a full house, purely because 2 points, 3.5 points up by 1 point. It doesn't look like a lot, but it can make a massive difference. So when you are picking horses, every digit does count. So if you have got the option of bookmakers sometimes and you're looking at different prices, it does make a bit. It doesn't make so much difference in singles, but it massively does when it accumulates up. Because a bet like this, if you get 5 places, £200, everybody on here would be delighted. It doesn't then make a difference, much difference if you've got 1 winner in the bet or even 2 winners in terms of the overall return. 1 winner in a bet like this is worth about 3 extra quid on top of that. 2 winners is probably worth about 12 to 18 pounds, something like. So with a bet like this, you can make some decent money just with everything placing. In order to, if it was a question of 2 winners and no places, we'll take that. But you really need 3 winners to start looking at decent money. But you can make nice profit just by multiple places. So that is bet 1. That is the bet. There we go. Tomorrow, it looks marginally better. But again, I'm going to be focused in Kilarney and Kilbeggan, I think, in the evening tomorrow. There's a lot of race meetings, but there's not a lot of big fields at all. So, yeah, I think predominantly it's going to be there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's another possibly half stake, maybe 3/4 stake if it's ekable out. So it'll be a quiet day tomorrow, I think, and mostly predominantly in the evening. And then looking forward to Saturday. It is definitely not one of my favourite Saturdays of the year. There's not lots of really decent handicaps like last week. Last weekend was a really lovely one. This weekend, less good, and it's the Market Raisin summer meeting, which I'll be honest, I got no disrespect to Market Raisin. I just don't get excited on a nice Saturday. You want some decent 7 furlong handicaps. I get less excited about the Market Raisin meeting. It's a decent enough quality, and there's an okay meeting at Cartmel. But yeah, I get less excited about summer jumps. So anyway, that's then. And then on the golf, it's really early doors. We've got 4 players out on course. We've got Kitayama started nicely. He's 2 under through 9, so that's a nice little start for him. Fleetwood's 1 under through 5, not bad. Mackenzie Hughes just started, and then Seamus Power is 1 over through 6. It's not the best start. Current leader in the tournament, Minwoo Lee, absolutely flunked last week for us, and this week he's just. What's he done? He started off with a double bogey on the 3rd hole, and he's then gone and hit 4 bogeys and an eagle. So he's now finding himself 4 under and in the lead. There you go. He wasn't in my plan this week. Okay, that's me. So yeah, keeping an eye on the Open all day long today, and then the horses mainly in the evening. We've got one at 3:20, and then the rest are all in the evening. Cool. That is me for the day. I'll be back in the morning. That's it. That's what I've got. That's where I'm going to leave it there. All right. Thanks very much. Cheerio.